From United Nations Television, this is UN in Action.
In the Philippines, more than 3/4 of the population do not use banks. But Arlene and Remedios can still instantly access money sent to them by their relatives working overseas. The key to this? Their mobile phones. And more than 90% of people here have them. This technology is now closing the distance between people in the Philippines and their family members supporting them from overseas. There are an estimated 10 million Filipinos who work abroad. Each year, they send home more than $20 billion. Remedios' daughter is one of them. She lives in Saudi Arabia and regularly sends funds to her mother to support her 2 children. For Remedios, this money is vital.
Napakalungkot po, napakahirap.
It's very sad and very difficult because my child is far away from her own children.
Pag may sakit,
if they are sick, I'm the only one taking care of them.
Tinutulungan ako ng manugang ko.
So, as her grandmother's only caregiver, Remedios cannot afford any delay in receiving the remittances. But until recently, her choices were either courier services or outlets that weren't fast, cheap, or easy to use. Globe Telecom, the second largest cell phone service provider in the country, saw a gap in the market. So they launched GCash, and the mobile phone was the perfect vehicle. For rural people, mobile phones are not just convenient, but sometimes the only way they can access financial services. Working with Globe Telecom, the International Fund for Agricultural Development, or IFAD, is expanding the service to rural areas. Pedro de Vasconcelos from IFAD.
Well, if we consider the $450 billion in remittances that go to developing countries every year, we need to understand that half of that goes to rural areas. Reaching rural areas has proven to be very difficult. But over the last years, what we've seen is the rise of mobile technology. And this has been proven really a magnificent tool to provide this service to these families.
Remedios, for example, is instantly alerted when remittance money is sent to her. Within seconds of receiving the text message, she can collect her cash from a nearby outlet.
I just have to show them my ID, and they look at my cell phone to see if the reference number matches the number that they have, and then they release the money. It's just so fast.
And there are even faster ways to use the phone to access money, where the cell phone itself becomes a mobile wallet.
When you receive the remittance, if you want to buy airtime or pay your bills, you can just stay at home and use your cell phone.
People like Arlene can now pay their utility bills and even their children's tuition fees directly through their phone. There's also an ATM card connected to her SIM, and she can immediately withdraw the money she needs. GCash currently processes about $10 million in international remittances each month. And they are working toward a future where all money can effortlessly cross borders from mobile phone to mobile phone. This report was produced by Joanne Leviton for the United Nations.